Okay, today I want to discuss a 3-day survival kit that my sister got me. Now this kit has more components to it than what I'm showing here, but these are the components that really make it the 3-day kit. Now they have these packages here of water. They have, each individual package has 4.225 fluid ounces of water. This all has a shelf life of 5 years. And the other thing that they have here is this 3,600. It's 3,600 calories. Emergency food rations. There's 3 squares here, 3 squares here, 3 squares here. They say on land you're supposed to have 3 a day. So it's like breakfast, lunch, dinner, basically for 3 days. Now, okay, so like I mentioned before, you get 2 of these packets today, or a day. 2 of these packets a day, and inside of these packets, there individually there is 4.225 fluid ounces of fluid. Yeah, fluid ounces of fluid. So that is this much water a day. A little bit more than 8 fluid ounces a day. For 3 days, this is how much water you get for 3 days. It's like 25.35 fluid ounces, something like that. Just rattling numbers off the top of my head. Now, so you have these, what is recommended typically in a survival situation, how much water in. Now I'm not saying like desert conditions. In desert conditions, you're going to need like more than a gallon of water a day. But in just your average 70 degree, 90 degree weather, stuff like that, they recommend 2 to 3 quarts of water. I would go up to 3. Ideally, a gallon of liquid. That's ideally, and that's keeping everything running pretty good. Now, that's 3 of these bottles, like I said, just to stay fit. You're getting, well, a day, instead of having 3 of these bottles a day, you're getting this a day. Now, the other rule with survival and water, and if you're eating this much water a day, you shouldn't be eating anything. I don't care if it's this, which is, designed to not make you thirsty and stuff like that. This still has 3,600 calories in it, and I'm going to go into a little more detail about how much water is typically needed to for your body to absorb 3,600 calories without using any of its fluids that's in reserve and actually leaving you deficient of water. So. Let me put these bottles aside for a second. They're distracting me. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set a scenario. We're gonna take me. Let's just say I'm 180 pounds. I round it up. I'm a little lighter than that. They say that if you lose 25% of your body weight in liquid, you're dead. You die. So 25% of my body weight loss in liquid is 45 pounds. Now, 1 gallon of water weighs 8.35 pounds. And I've calculated that if I lost roughly 5 gallons of water, I would die. Now, that, since I want to keep it in quarts, since we're talking about quarts, that's 20 quarts of liquid. So in some other books, just sitting in the shade, no breeze, wearing comfortable clothing. So we're going to say, I'm in a building, wearing nice comfortable clothing. It's 69 degrees Fahrenheit, and you would still lose through urinating and defecating, things like that, sweating, other body processes. You would lose roughly 2 quarts of water a day, just under those circumstances, just sitting doing nothing. Now, when you start to become dehydrated, your body goes through a response. Your pituitary gland sends out ADH, which is a anti-diuretic hormone, which will actually cause your body to start conserving water, and you'll put out less urine. And some books say it's actually 50% less urine. So there's actually ways of trying to stretch out your time. But my time, losing 2 quarts a day, I'd be dead in 10 days. Realistically, that time is probably longer, but I'm just going to stick to that baseline. So I'd be dead in 10 days, losing 2 quarts of liquid a day. Okay, so now that's no food, no water. I'll be dead in 10 days. Now I took the 3-day survival kit, which is supposed to buy me time. What I feel should be 3 days time. That's why I stretched it out. In a survival situation, you're probably going to live 3 days, without water if you're not in like a desert, anyhow. And even if you were in a desert, like I said, you need like a gallon of water a day, and this is not even close to that, not even. So it's definitely not a 3-day kit for desert conditions. Now, so we're going back to like the perfect ideal survival situation. You don't have to worry about shelter, you don't have to worry about hardly anything. You're just in this room that's just already, everything's perfect for you. You just need the only water you have though is these little baggies. So you got your water and your food, and you're going to follow the directions on this, and you're going to take your 2 packages of water a day and your 3 squares a day and total that out. You got your 3,600 calories now. Your 3,600 calories. So compared to the last scenario, I have 25.35 fluid ounces of extra liquid that I could actually drink. I didn't drink anything in my last scenario. That's good. Food, I have 3,600 calories of food. Now, in one of my books it says that it takes roughly, neat little equation, however many calories it is. If it's 3,600 calories, it's going to be 3.6 liters of liquid that's going to be needed to balance that out. So you're still going to lose the 2 quarts of liquid, but that you normally would through urinating and everything else like I spoke about. But you're going to need 3.6 liters just of liquid just to balance it out, so you don't take any extra liquid from your body. You can see where this is going. So in quarts, that's 3.8 quarts. I went and I took, what did I do here? Let's see. I think I made a mistake. Hold on, let's just stop this a second. Okay, no mistake. What I did was I got confused with the ounces and stuff, like the fluid ounces. I converted the fluid ounces into quarts. So you had 25.35 fluid ounces extra, and to make this work out, I converted over to quarts, which is roughly 0.79 quarts. So it's not even 1 quart. So I took that 0.79 and I was nice and I rounded up to 0.8. So you need 3.8 quarts to dissolve that food, to balance it out to where, it's like, okay, no harm done. So you take that 0.8 that you're getting 3 days, you're getting that 0.8 of a quart, and you subtract that from the 3.8 quarts that it's going to take for the food to process the food, and you still have a need for 3 quarts of liquid. So that 3 quarts of liquid gets taken from your body to digest this survival food. So that being said, like I said before, I'm losing 2 quarts a day. Now I just lost, through this whole process, 3 quarts extra than I was when I wasn't eating and wasn't drinking anything. So I actually lost 3 quarts extra than I was when I wasn't drinking, wasn't eating, by following this program. And that means that I would die a day and a half sooner overall, in overall time, than I would, you know, had I not even touched this emergency survival food, which doesn't even buy you 3 days time. So yeah, 3 days, you have 3 days of extra comfort, but overall you're losing a day and a half. Interesting. Yeah, so to actually have the 3 days, buy you 3 days time, what you would need. So 8 packets, 8 of these packets is 1 quart. So you need 3 quarts just to balance this out for this food. So 3 quarts is actually 24 of these little packets. So you need 24 of these packets to process just this and not go deficient. Then, like we said, ideally to have close to a gallon, I said, you know, well, another 3 quarts. So that's another 24 packets. So for this to be a 3-day kit, all they actually need to do is add 48 of these packets to the kit, and it would be closer to being called, and what I would feel anyhow, a 3-day kit. It actually buys you 3 days time. Now obviously, you know, in the desert it's a completely different story, in hotter conditions and places, you know, where you're involving more exertion, things like that. There's a whole different science to it, but I'm just taking it for to make this work, you know, to make it work. That's how it would work best. So these are all the books that I went through and pulled my information from. Like I said, I could be off, I could be wrong, but as far as this being a 3-day kit, I'm having a lot of trouble wrapping my head around that. And that's basically all I wanted to talk about, kind of give you an idea of, you know, how much water you need, and when to eat, when not to eat, and just kind of go off on this kit a little bit. But that's it. So I encourage anybody to just, you know, say, hey, you're completely wrong, things like that. That's how you learn. I would love that stuff. So please throw that at me. And that's about it. So until next time, stay safe.